All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Hot Atlanta.
This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series hits Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight for race number 5 of the season. It's a 100-lap race. It's high bank, high speed, and could be tough on tippers tonight. It's going to be a fun one, man. Atlanta Motor Speedway, always a fun race. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little Buschwackers action here on a Friday night, as usual. A 100-lap race here from the high banks, high speed Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. And excited to bring you this one, man. Atlanta Motor Speedway, always a fun track. These guys are going to get after it tonight, man. Thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. This is Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And we got a great broadcast in store for you. Got a lot of drivers here joining us tonight, so good turnout. Good to see. And going to be a lot of side-by-side racing here tonight, man. And kudos to Mike Schreiner, man, for bringing this track to us. This thing is, I think, one of the better-looking tracks. Definitely in my top 5. He did a great job with the little tar lines and so forth, and this thing just really pops. Looks great, man. So great job to him. Brings us Atlanta here at RF2. Guys like this track too, man, especially in these Buschwackers cars. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Also providing some WordPress hosting, online store hosting, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting at EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. So don't forget to join us by clicking on the link, the Discord link on our HighOctaneRacing.net webpage. Of course, you surf on over there, you'll get point standings, schedules, what series we happen to be running, quick link to TurnLeftTV and what have you. So, thanks for coming in and joining me. Take a look at the schedule here of the Buschwackers series. Of course, this is, did I say race 5? It's actually race number 4. I don't know, man. I gotta fire the graphics guy. Please fire the graphics guy. 100-lap race here tonight. Next week we'll be at Watkins Glen, our first and only road course on this schedule. Bristol Motor Speedway coming after that on September the 27th. The month of October begins at Kansas Speedway. See Talladega, Charlotte, and Texas, the last 3 races of the season. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action tomorrow night in Watkins Glen. Well, these guys are a week ahead of the Buschwackers series. 35-lap race there from Watkins Glen. Race number 5 of that season, that's for sure. Well, until I'm proven wrong. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat. Am I really going to be racing the Saturday Night Thunder in the road course? Oh, God, help me. That's coming up tomorrow night at 9 p.m. The Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup Series, here at High Octane Racing League. I want to say thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on the YouTube channel. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and smash that fat bell, baby. You'll get updates when races are going live. Thanks to all those subscribers out there, all the people that hit the like button as well on the races. I always check out the live stream, of course, see who's chatted and how many people we've had watch the stream. I always like watching that, so... Again, thanks for your support here at TurnLeftTV and watching the Buschwackers Series races. I've been doing some truck races, although this last week I actually raced in the Truck Series race. My finish indicates that I probably should go back to the broadcast booth. And speaking of the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks, these guys will be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for race number 1 of a brand new season this Tuesday, September the 17th. 110 laps in New Hampshire. Man, that track is tough. And it's going to be fun in the trucks, man. A little beating and banging, side-by-side racing. And we've had some great racing at New Hampshire, man. And the trucks will be fantastic there. That's coming up on Tuesday, the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks. All right, we'll be going live here for quals here very soon, I believe. So these guys getting some things adjusted. Let's take a look at the track here at Atlanta. Sorry there for the delay. 1.54 miles in length, banking in the turns, 24 degrees, man. High banked, high speed, and lots of great racing. Straightaways, 5 degrees of banking. An interesting track indeed, man. Really not another track like Atlanta. So a lot of fun at Atlanta. Going to take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. Interesting point standings here so far. Got some tight battles. A couple races in, of course. Take a look at the point standings here. Archer Vieira has a 3-point lead over Claudio Bardella Jr. Franco Alvarez in third. Sean Jacobs fourth. Todd Robillard fifth. Benner Silva is sixth. Dennis Judich seventh. Gordon Carter is eighth. Stanislav Pavlov ninth. And Givaldo Spindola is 10th. This back half of the page number 2, I should say. Craig Marizon, Tony Furtado, Julio Caligari, Preston Hassel, Ed Palumbo rounding out the top 15. You see Dan Richter, Jesus Iglesias, Steve Pierce, Jelson Neto, and John Stanley rounding out that top 20. Chris Hughes, Dana Grover, and Randy Merrick. Those guys sort of part-time, and got 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Some guys joining here, so a little stuttering going on. It's RF2. Situation normal. Guys will be going to the qualification session here. First, we got to do a little reset. Going soon. Okay, we'll take a look at the schedule here. Next week, we'll be at Watkins Glen, man. Road course. Oh, 35-lap race. My heavens, man. How's that going to work? So, Watkins Glen, 35 laps. We haven't been on a road course for a while. Bristol coming up after that. That's the back half of the season, beginning at Bristol, Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte, and Texas. All right, these guys are headed over to the qualification session. Again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. 7 whole viewers right now. Wow. Breaking the bank. Hey, kudos and hello to those Trax VR guys out there, by the way. Trax VR providing Dana Grover and other racers that are passionate about sim racing a place to race up there in that Calgary area. I think there's more than one location, but that's the one I know about. Guys, I think we'll be headed over to the qualification session here in just a moment here. These guys are getting tightened back up. So it looks like about 20 seconds till we have qualifications. Don't forget to help me out by clicking on the Sim Lab web link in the description of this race. Just takes a second, man. Just pop up the description. You'll see a bunch of links there. I've got a PayPal link if you'd like to donate to PayPal here to TurnLeftTV. Appreciate all the donations so far. And SimLab, man, I own a SimLab race rig. Quick delivery and easy put together. Building, whatever you want to call it. I love it, man. That's a GT1 Evo race rig. I do my racing and my broadcasting from it. Sometimes I even pop back my seat and take a little nap. It's a really rock-solid race rig. I've been able to buy some similar profile to the same profile custom made to attach to it as well if I want to expand it, and that's exactly what I've done. So it's aluminum profile and really easy to put together, man. Holes pre-drilled for all the major wheels and pedals. Again, these guys headed over to quals here, I believe, really shortly. They were waiting on one driver. Not a super easy to pass at this track. I think you definitely want to get a good qualification position here. Throttle control through the corners, really important here. So you're going to be racing up near the wall. Tire management, this thing is tough on tires. And limit that aggressive driving, man. It's easy to get aggressive here, and that could spell bad news for your race night here. Manage the traffic. You're going to be in traffic pretty much all night long. And make good pit stops on and off pit lane, man. Really, really important here. Well, we got Creature Shock. Oh, who's that, man? Who is that guy? Stanislav Pavlov? I think that's who that is. You see Stanislav out here tonight racing with us. I believe he's in here. Yeah, he is. All right, these guys are headed over to quals now. Here, 20 seconds in official quals. Definitely important to get a good qualification position. Who's going to go out first, huh? Looks like Eugene Fedorov is the first out of the gate. How about that 84, Eugene Fedorov? Back from the villages, baby. Fedorov in that 84 car. So 30.5 for Eugene Fedorov in that first lap. How about Steve Pierce into Captain Morgan, number 51 car? Fedorov the top time so far. And Craig Marizon says not so fast. He's up at the top of the grid. Preston Hassel says, I got one better for you, baby. 30.098 for Preston. Steve Pierce, 30.785 for him. A little work to do for Steve Pierce, but he's right now P10. Chris Hughes shown third. Let's see what lap number 2 has in store for him. A little bit fast in first 2 sectors. Let's see what sector 3 has in store. 30.055 up to P4 for Chris Hughes. John Stanley in the 12 car. 30.424 for John Stanley, P11. Now back to P12 as other guys there jumping up. Looks like Sean Jacobs, P11. Stanley got another lap in him, I believe. Nope. Like he is content with that 13th now position. How about Raphael Sullivan coming out here and joining us? He's in the 5X car. Preston Hassel on the top of the grid with a 29.996. Vieta second, Marizon third, Carter fourth, Hughes is fifth. I have a feeling I know somebody who's going to wait to go out here. That might be Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's waiting to see where these guys are. He wants something to shoot for in the 19. $29,924. Look at that. Claudio Bardelli Jr. says, in your face. 62, Stanislav Pavlov. Jesus Iglesias out on the track as well. Stanislav looking to climb up to 30.619 right now. P15 for Stanislav. But Bardelli Jr. snatches the top position away from Preston Hassel. However, Pavlov, Grover, and Iglesias all yet to finish qualification. Pavlov in a 62. What, 30.007. Stanislav is up to P3. Fast run there for him. How about Jesus Iglesias at 22? See where he lands. 29,924 is the time to beat. 30.177 up to P11 for Jesus. Dana Grover in the 89. Tracks VR sponsor Toyota. Again, the time to beat, 29,924. Dana has been qualifying very, very well here in the Buschwackers series. 30.591. A little work to do for that Toyota here in lap number 2. Right now, P17, so he's got some work to do. A little bit slower in first two sectors here. Sector number 3, 30.340, P15 starting position for Dana Grover. Jesus Iglesias is up to P8. So it looks like our wiener, the top qualifier, is Claudio Bardelli Jr. So congratulations to him. This guy's got about 4 minutes left officially in quals. And again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here. And as you've already seen, we're going to play our promo again. This party started. All right, these guys are going through the driver's meeting right now, just near the finish of quals. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be in action on Tuesday, September the 17th for the first race of a brand new season. It's season number 4. Are we already in the 4th season of 2024? Wow. Summer's almost over. 110 laps from New Hampshire. And that's the last race of the summer, right? And then we hit the autumn. So New Hampshire Motor Speedway coming up on Tuesday, 110 laps in the Tough Trucks. So we have a little under 9 minutes left to go in warm-up session. Let's take a look at the qualification results. Session results here at Qual. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 qualifies in P1. Preston Hassel will start outside row 1. Stanislav Pavlov, Artur Vieta, row number 2. Craig Marazon and Gordon Carter will make up row number 3. Row 4 will be Chris Hughes and Jesus Iglesias, Givaldo Spindle and Julio Caligare, row number 5. Dennis Schuderchin and Tony Furtado, 11th and 12th. Eugene Fedorov starts in the 13th position. Steve Pierce, 14th. Dana Grover starts in 15th. Sean Jacobs will start 16th. John Stanley, 17th. And Raphael Sullivan in his first race out with us, the 5X, will start in P18. Let's get some chatters in here. How about Claire joining us? Better do your homework. I won't be there Monday. Good to see Claire. There you go. Pop you up there. Get you famous. So good to see Jomar Peixoto. Of course, Fireball Flash. That's Dana Grover. Givaldo in here. Rafael Alves. Hey, good to see Rafael. He's out here. Sullivan, isn't it? Rafael Alves Sullivan. And Trax VR. Claudio Bardelli Jr., of course. You see all those folks out. 7 minutes left in the warm-up session. Good. I hope that wasn't hard. talking about this week, or today I should say, we were talking about membrane proteins and their various functions. Fun stuff. These guys are like, when we really get into the anatomy stuff? Well, that's all part of it. Well, I got to get my pick in here tonight. Wow. It's going to be tough when we get a big field. My pick tonight is... My pick tonight is Arthur Theata. That's my pick to win this race, and there he is in the 4. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be at Watkins Glen tomorrow night. Race number 5. It's a 35-lap race from Watkins Glen, the great road course. And the Cup Series, these cars handle really, really well on this road course, so it should be a fun race. And I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat. Am I really going to get in the driver's seat of the road course? Oh, man. I guess I may. So that's race number 5 of the season that's coming up tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Saturday Night Thunder. Again, thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe, and smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. And thanks for coming out and watching the broadcast tonight, or on replay. Two and a half minutes left to go before we get the command to start the engines. Jomar Peixoto in the chat session. We want to see him back on the track. Get your steering wheel fixed, brother. And he's picking Jesus Iglesias tonight. There we go, the 22. Amber's picking Dana Grover tonight. Wow, getting some picks in here. All over the board, aren't we? Jesus, Dana, Arthur. Would be a big night here tonight for the 89. So a little under a minute left to go. Not too late to get your picks in. Well, okay, Will Dunbar picking Gordon here tonight. He's getting his pick in. Right under the wire. There you go. He thinks Gordon's going to do it. So here we go, boys and girls. All right, here we go. We are at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. And this is the Buschwackers series. And the starting order. Take a look at the starting order here tonight. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in P1. Preston Hassel starts in the second position. Starting in P3 will be Stanislav Pavlov. Artur Vieta starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth is Craig Marizon. In sixth, Gordon Carter. Starting in the seventh position is Chris Hughes. Jesus Iglesias starts in P8. Givaldo Spindola will start in P9. Julio Caligari starts in the 10th position. Dennis Uderson starts 11th. And Tony Furtado starts in P12. Well, looks like these guys ran into the back of each other. Eugene Fedorov, Steve Pierce, Dana Grover, Sean Jacobs, John Stanley, and Raphael Sullivan start in the 13th through 18th. These guys ran into the back of each other. Jesus. What is going on with these guys, man? Shit. Looks like these guys decided to wreck on pit lane, so have to reset there. Oh. Resetting. I'm going to take a look at the schedule here. The Saturday Night Thunder. Don't have the right one up. So I don't normally show it. It's, there we go. So tomorrow night we will be at Watkins Glen. You see the back half of that season: Bristol, Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte, and Vegas. Man, Las Vegas is a fun track, man. Charlotte and Vegas. We got a 2.5 miles finishing out the season in the Saturday Night Thunder. Ho, 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 ho. So as we get through Watkins Glen, man, it's going to be, well, we got 3.5 miles on the back half of that season, so that's a fantastic season there. And again, Watkins Glen coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks, of course, will be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for a 110-lap race coming up Tuesday, September the 17th. And we'll take a look at the truck schedule there. Pocono, Lucas Oil, Texas, Phoenix, Richmond. Is that the right one? No, that ain't the right one either. I don't have that one loaded either. I don't broadcast those. Let's see what that one is. I know I got a new one up. Again, Bush League. Bush League. There we go. New Hampshire, Charlotte, Dega, Watkins Glen, Milwaukee Mile finishing out the first half of the season. Woohoo! Nashville, Martinsville, Phoenix, Iowa, and Atlanta. Great season there headed your way. These guys are advancing and getting their positions back. All right, here we go. So we're going through the grid already, it looks like. So we are advancing the race.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
You want to do it again? Don't run into each other on pit lane. It's the moral of the story. We'll see the starting order there. Bardelli Jr., Hassel make up front row. Stanislav Pavlov, Artuvieta, row number 2. Row number 3 will be Craig Marizon and Gordon Carter. Chris Hughes and Jesus Iglesias, row number 4. Row number 5. Givaldo Spindola, Julio Caligari, Dennis Udichin, and Tony Furtado, row number 6. Furtado in that 9 car. Row number 7 will be Eugene Fedorov and Steve Pierce. Dana Grover and Sean Jacobs, row number 8. Row number 9 will be John Stanley and Raphael Sullivan. Well, we made it off pit lane. That's good. My keys to the race here tonight. Throttle control tonight, man. Tire management. This thing is tough on tires. Limit that aggression. Manage your traffic. Make good pit stops. And all those things put together should be the winning formula here tonight. Bardelli Jr. will lead the field to take the green flag. And the pace car going to come off this time by. Did they do 2 laps? Wow. I lied. That's what they radioed from the pit. The pace car said they were coming in. I guess they decided not to. A lot of fast cars up front here, man. A little bit different look. We got Marizon's got a good qualification position here tonight. Stanislav Pavlov in the 62 up front. 27, Preston Hassel outside row 1. Artur Vieira is row number 2. Gordon Carter in the 56 car is row number 3, outside row 3. And we'll be going green this time by. We get started a little bit late here. We had to switch over to our other server. Little funkiness going on. But what better way to spend a Friday night than sitting right here and watching the Buschwackers series? Pace car's off for real this time. Yeah, he psyched us out. So here we go. Pace car's off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're green here at Atlanta. Pavlov got a good start there. Jumps up beside the 27. That outside line might be the place to be, though. But 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. got a good run and clears the 27 car, who's going to try to go down to the bottom line. He can't do it because Pavlov's there. Tight down the backstretch. Claudio Bardelli Jr., our leader. Pavlov in second. The 27, Preston Hassel in the third position. The 19, good run there, but they are side by side for the second position. Artur Vieira giving the 27 a little bit of a shove. Artur Vieira, he's moved up to P3. Pavlov now battling back for the third position. They are side by side there. Good racing between the 4 and the 62. And the 4 inches ahead. These guys now going nose to tail. Take a look at Tony Furtado running in the 8th position in that 9 car. The shoes running in the 9th position in the 7. Giulio Caligabri running behind now back to the 10th position, it looks like. Dennis Judic in this mix. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader. But they are battling back in the pack here. The 6, the 7, the 68, and the 47 all having a fight. Good side-by-side racing. 51, Steve Pierce in this mix as well. But Bardelli Jr. Somebody hit the wall. We got a yellow flag. Looks like Grover might be off the pace. Dana Grover in the 89 car up against the wall, and somebody got loose. And it might have been Steve Pierce. Steve Pierce off the pace. Looked like he might have gotten up into the wall. Take a look and see what happened here. The 89, Steve Pierce on the outside line. Oh, it just got way in that tri-oval, got it way up into the outside and clips the 89 car. And it looked like maybe the 84 Fedorov got involved in this as well. It does look like that Steve Pierce might have gotten into the outside wall. It's 51 right there. Contact with the outside wall. Fedorov is going to have nowhere to go when this transpires here, so there's contact there. And then those guys wadding it up. As Fedorov had a look at that, but not the look he wanted, I don't think. Take a look out of the front of Fedorov's machine. And Pierce just gets into the outside wall, comes across. Ooh. And then hard lick there. Poor Data Grover, man. He had nowhere to go on this. He's just trying to get by on the low side, and he's going to get clipped here. And this thing ends hard into the wall. And, wow, what a shame there, man. Early night and some trouble. Hopefully he'll be able to get that repaired. And then Steve Pierce into the inside. So just like Steve got a little bit too wide in that triover area and got into the wall. So, first caution flag. A little side-by-side racing on those cold tires can spell some bad news. And some of these guys might duck down pit lane. And it does look like Vieira has decided to lead the charge down pit lane. So Arthur Vieira making a pit stop. Craig Marizon is just behind him. Vieira said, hey, man, I'm going to take some tires. Get this thing, maybe think about the long run here. And Bardelli Jr. stays out. Right now it's the 19, the 27, the 62, and the 22. Jesus Iglesias has climbed up to P4. Call him Barbecue. That Shell sponsor machine. Aaron Hollywood joining us here in the chat session. Good to see him. Ritsky Novar. Doing some admin work for us here tonight. The live steward of the race. So any complaints, lodge those with Ritsky Novar. Had a little bit of a late start here, and made it even worse by me hitting the wrong button and wiping out the qual session, and they had to reset the grid, so that took a little bit, 10 minutes or so. I'm an amateur, man. What can I say? We are getting some guys coming down pit lane here, so it's like the 84 coming down pit lane. Also, Raphael Sullivan coming down pit lane, and the 5X, 51, and the 12 on pit lane as well. Raphael Sullivan in his first race out. We'll take a look at his pit stop here in the 5X car. Bardelli Jr., the leader, Hassel second, Pavlov third, Iglesias fourth, Givaldo up to P5. Gordon Carter, Tony Furtado, Arthur Vieira, Giulio Caligari, and Dennis Yuchin rounding out the top 10. With our first caution flag. Steve Pierce, after taking service, comes back out, and we'll start in P18. And I would suggest you, Bardelli Jr., probably going to take the inside line. It does look like that's what Heath prefers. So 19 elected to take the inside line. That puts Preston Hassel up on the outside line. Pavlov will start in P3. And Iglesias starts in the 4th position. Hurtado made a late pit stop here on this yellow flag, so he's going to come out and start in the 18th position. In the 9. I don't think he got caught up in that. Maybe he's just thinking about that fuel save strategy. Or the fuel strategy in the long run, I should say. So the pace car's off here and going back green. Keep our fingers crossed.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And back to green. Oh, Pavlov goes to the high, up high there and almost gets into Iglesias. Goes side by side there with Preston Hassel and Jesus Iglesias and Stanislav Pavlov. Good battle there. The side-by-side racing right now between the 62 and the 27. Those guys on that outside line have a little bit of an advantage, I think. As long as they're patient. Those guys on the inside line, keep in mind there's somebody up on the outside. Dennis Yudichin has worked his way up to the 7th position. On board here with Gordon Carter running now in P7 as Yudichin is up in the 6th spot. Gordon Carter on the inside line. So easy to get into one another through the trioval area. Everything gets scrunched back together. All those drivers sort of funnel into that same spot. Gordon Carter running in now in P8. That's how quickly things can change here. Now back up to 7. Giulio Caligari in the 6th position on the outside line. Craig Marizon in the Magpul Dynamic sponsor machine. Down on that low line in the 60 car. Bardelli Jr. where he wants to be, and that is up front and away from the danger. But Stanislav Pavlov has something else in mind for Claudio Bardelli Jr. Pavlov on the inside, continuing to push the issue. He knows that outside line's a little bit better. He's just trying to get the speed to be able to clear the 19 car. 19 not having any of it. And Pavlov still battling back on the inside line. Preston Hassel is running on that outside line just behind Claudio Bardelli Jr. Got to be really careful in these moments, especially on cold tires, as tough as this track is. Chris Hughes running in the 7th position in the 7 car. The inside line just behind Gordon Carter. On board here with Chris Hughes. See Gordon Carter just ahead. And they get a good run through the turns on the inside, but once you get to the straights, it doesn't really work out that way. And there might have been some contact between Pavlov and Bardelli. Might have been a little contact there. Take a look here as coming off the turn, and there might have been contact between the 62 and the 19. Through the turn, the 62 to the bottom. This might be a little bit early in the game. Definitely there was some contact there. I think we're looking for that. Go back to live here as I check it out, and we'll take a look at that replay here in a moment. Pavlov gets a good run on the inside line. He just cannot pull off the pass. Just cannot complete it. And the downside of this is trying to do that, you're going to burn up your tires. So this may hurt him in the long run. But we'll see, man. He's a savvy racer. And we'll take a look at that moment there, I believe, where there's contact between the two of these guys. Pretty clean there. Might have inched ahead and tried to, right there, he climbed up the track. And there he gets it. So that is not the incident we were looking for, and that's not the thing that Claudio was looking for, to give it up the race lead to Stanislav Pavlov. So Pavlov now the leader as we go back to live. And it's starting to get a little wiggly there for Jesus. Jesus running in P4, starting to get a little dancy. As he's now trying to close in and get around the 27. Good battle here. We got a yellow flag. I had a feeling that was coming, man. These guys start to get a little bit cray-cray. Well, Pavlov the leader, and we're under our second yellow flag. And it looked like Caligari might have come around. Caligari in the 6 has come around. Let's take a look and see what happened here to Caligari. Caligari on the outs or in the middle, and he might have come down right there. Givaldo, he got up in the middle. Givaldo wanted to take that spot, and then he spins. Whoa! Wow, man, he keeps it off the wall. What a gangster move right there, huh? See, he kind of climbs up the grid, and Givaldo dives down to the inside line. And then there's contact here. And I think Givaldo just trying to get through. On board here with Givaldo. Right there, contact. It's a tight spot to put that car. And Udichin had a ringside seat for this too, I believe. So on board here with Udichin. Get a little poppy right now. You see contact there. Definitely some contact between Givaldo and the 6, Giulio Caligari. It looked like Givaldo came up the track just a little bit, got into the back of the 6. All right, these guys on pit lane here as Pavlov has captured the race lead, and he is on pit lane leading the charge. We've got some guys staying out here. Looks like Raphael Sullivan has decided to stay out. And look at our side-by-side view. There we go. Raphael Sullivan, the leader, on that right side screen. And looked like Pavlov might have lost some spots on pit lane. So a little bit of a long pit stop here for him. Maybe those guys took 2 tires. So look like some 2-tire changes for some of these guys. Look at Caligari shown in P5. Raphael Sullivan is the leader, and I would suggest he's probably going to come down pit lane. I mean, this guy's got a lot of racing experience, one of our great Brazilian drivers. And been a while since we've seen Raphael Sullivan out, so good to see him. Hopefully we'll see him more regularly now. And the 68, Givaldo Spindle is shown as the race leader. Again, a little gutsy move here by Givaldo. If he is staying out on these older tires. Now, they've got just enough laps here that I think that might not be the best decision, but we'll see. He may want to lead and then come down pit lane as you see these guys coming by. Running into the camera. Bill Dunbar says, just a reminder, it is Friday the 13th. I remember that movie came out, man, when I was a kid, and we went to see that movie, and it was just scared the bejesus out of me, man. Freaked me out. Never been a huge fan of horror movies. But I was a little kid. You see the 68 coming down pit lane. I was a little kid, and obviously things a little bit different. It looks like Iglesias has stayed out. I mean, has now assumed the lead after pit stops here. Givaldo and Fedorov on pit lane. So Eugene Fedorov making a pit stop in the 84. And it looks like these guys getting ready to go back green. So this is kind of a late pit stop for those guys. Take a look here as Fedorov now finishing up his pit stop. He and the 68. So we'll go back to our main screen. The 22 and the 89. Side by side there. 62 and the 19 will start in row number 2. Carter and Hassel, row 3. Vieta and Furtado, row 4. Row 5 will be Jacobs and Hughes. Not too much about Sean Jacobs. He's now running in the 10th position in the 24. The Vulcan sponsor machine. And we're going to go green this time by. He says it's scarier to qualify in the 13th position. He's not lying. DK in here. Let's go Fireball. Dana Grover off. And
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go. Back to green. And Iglesias has been fast. He has got the race lead. The 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr., a couple of our Brazilian drivers. Iglesias is an expatriate from Spain, living in Brazil now. And Bardelli Jr. says, I don't care. I want a round, baby. And Bardelli Jr. is starting to put some pressure here on Jesus, and it's getting a little busy with a couple of the Canadian drivers in the pack here, and that's the 89 and the 56. Archie Vieta giving that 56 a little bit of a shove through the bottom line. Oh, things getting tight there between the 4 and the 89. Holy smokes. 89 trying to get down on the low side, but Vieta is there. And Gordon Carter in the 56, trying to hold these guys off. There's Dana Grover all up in his mix right now. Dana Grover, a little bit of a shove to that 56 high place moving sponsor machine. Stanislav Pavlov in this mix as well. Chris Hughes. Those guys are racing for the third position. And Archie Vieta right now has it. Chris Hughes giving him a little bit of a push. Craig Marzon in this mix. And a battle up front. These guys getting away from the rest of them. Maybe working together. Jesus Iglesias' race game has really gone to the next level, man. This guy's starting to get the trucks up front, trying to get the starting to get the cars up front. Just seems to be sometime in the race there seems to be a little bit of a snafu that gets him caught up in an accident. And sometimes embedded in the wall. That's why we call him barbecue. At least he's not on fire tonight yet. Take a look at John Stanley here in the 12, the Tim Horton-sponsored Ford. Just above. Oh, no! Hard lick there. And that was Pavlov. Also Fedorov and the 68. Pavlov is on fire right now. So Stanislav Pavlov on fire. The 62, the Ghostbusters sponsor machine. Better get a fire extinguisher out there for him. And there was a big, big hit for him. Not sure what caused that to happen, but so Pavlov coming around here. Let's take a look and see what happened. They're 3 wide. This is 3 wide. And Pavlov gets down on the inside, comes up the track, and there's a little bit of contact, just enough right there. And hard into the wall. 84 gets into him. The 51 as well. Oh, and the 68 just absolutely annihilates him. Holy Toledo. Let's take a look here, another look at it. And the 62, I don't know what caused him to go 3 wide there, but they were 3 wide. And he's down on the apron there a little bit, comes up the track and into the wall, and this is going to hurt. Hit by the 84. 51 gets through somewhat, and then that hit right there just did him ahead. So on board here. A little poppy on these onboards, but he had nowhere to go and just gets into take a look at Dana Grover through this. Now, I don't know what happened here early on. Let's take a look here at where Dana Grover's at. And it's still 3 wide. I mean, there's some contact there, and who knows? It might have happened a little bit earlier even. Let's take a look here. This is 2 wide situation. Now they're 3 wide as the 60 car goes to the inside. Dana Grover's on the in the middle. 62 tries to slip through. And then the 62 gets onto the apron and then comes back up the track right there. Oh, and then hard into the wall. And, wow, he's still on fire. Looks like Chris Hughes is retired from the race. Not sure what happened to Chris Hughes in the 7. I don't think he got caught up in that that crash, but looks like John Stanley out of the race as well. So Fedorov has shown as the race leader. 84 car. I would imagine he's going to come down pit lane. Mardelli Jr. shown in the second position. Although Fedorov, you know, I've been looking at the replay here. He might have stayed out, but he might have had a good pit stop here too. Like Stanley, Spindola, Stanley, Spindola, Hughes, and Pavlov out of the race. Pavlov, big damage there. Didn't see Hughes get caught up in that, but definitely Givaldo got caught up in that. Not sure about John Stanley. I think he just said, I got some damage and I'm out of here. So it does look like Eugene Fedorov has come down pit lane, I believe. He is on pit lane, so the 84 taking some service. Don't forget, next week we will be at Watkins Glen. No cautions at that place. 35-lap race. That ends the first half of the season. You see Bristol, Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte, and Texas on the back half of that season. It looks like the 19 and the 56 will start side by side here. So Gordon Carter up to the front row. Tony Furtado and Archer Vieta, row number 2. 47, Dennis Shudich and Jesus Iglesias start in row 3. The pace car's off. We're getting ready to go back green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And back to green. These guys getting a little wiggly here. As that front line moving, Archer Vieta and Claudio Bardelli Jr. have hooked up. Now P1, P2. Archer had a great restart. Dennis Shudich on the inside in this 47 car. Gordon Carter in the 56 on the outside line. Udichin's got a good run in this Toyota. Furtado in the 9. He's up on the outside line behind Gordon Carter. And Furtado up on the outside wall. Furtado got in the outside wall. And those guys are going to get around him, but he did a good job of keeping that car from coming back down into traffic. So he made contact with the outside wall, and now some right side damage to that machine. That Valvoline sponsored machine all beat up now. The 19 and the 4 trying to run away from these guys. They get a bit of a second lead over P3. Archer Vieta in second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. the leader. Preston Hassel is the lead of that second pack. And looks like Sean Jacobs has something to say about that. He said, not so fast. And they're 3 wide. They went 3 wide there. Hassel goes to the high line, and Udichin gave him a break. Raphael Sullivan has pushed his way through. 22 trying to push his way through. These guys are racing like it's the last lap. They're 3 wide again. Wow. I'll tell you what, Dana Grover had sort of gotten out of the throttle. Probably a good thing because they were 3 wide. Gordon Carter and Dana Grover side by side. Tony Furtado seems to have gotten that thing gathered back up somewhat with Giulio Caligari right there. Caligari in the 6. And all that racing letting these guys sort of get away from him a little bit. The 19 and the 4 making it a 2-man race right now. And they are nose to tail working together. The rest of these guys are beating each other up. Sean Jacobs seems to have broken away a little bit. Preston Hassel in the 27. AMD Rise's sponsor machine, and there's contact there with Dennis Udichin drifting up the track. Craig Marizon and Dennis Udichin got some contact there. Marizon in the 60, probably not super happy about that contact. And the 27 muscling his way back through as Jesus Iglesias just behind him. 24, Sean Jacobs on the outside line. This is a race. And the 27 inching ahead of the 24 as Marizon has recovered. And wanting to try to move this Magpul Dynamic sponsor machine up there, up front. Trying to close back in on those 2 front runners. He is slowly, methodically picking them off. Dana Grover with a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Marizon still trying to muscle his way through. Gordon Carter trying to sneak through as well. Gordon Carter in the 56. The 5X of Raphael Sullivan in his first race out with us. And these guys walking away right now. 3-second lead over P3. Nose to tail. They do not want to see a caution flag. Sean Jacobs is in third in the 24. Preston Hassel to his outside. Look at that. Craig Marizon slowly inching his way up there. He has weaved his way through traffic. And now pushing the envelope here of the 24. Marizon pushing that 24 car, looking for an opening. He is fast. Oh, Jacobs to the middle. Not going to go 3 wide, I hope. And they're still 3 wide to 56 and the 47. Oh, the 47 to the outside wall. Raphael trying to miss it. Whoa, man, a lot of room there for Raphael. And there might be some contact. Does Unichin hang on? Looks like he does. There was contact between he and Sullivan. Take a look here. Raphael Sullivan in the 5X, the 47 in the outside wall just a little bit. Raphael goes to the bottom line. Caligari gives him some room. And here, through the tri-oval, contact, and Unichin slamming into the outside wall. Raphael said he was sorry. Well, apologizing for the contact, and it is tight racing. Definitely not a golf tournament. Definitely not a golf tournament. And the 27, Justin Hassel says, I don't know, man. I've been off the fairway, out of the fairway a few times. And Gordon Carter trying to muscle his way through in the 56 car. Justin Hassel running in the 6th position. Yeah, outside line. You see those guys getting a great run on the outside. And Gordon Carter backing off, letting those guys go. Wow. 56 car, Giulio Caligari now climbing all over the back of the 56. 89, Dana Grover to the outside. Man, you got to watch it about that. Oh, leaving that bottom line open, man. That makes it 3 wide. Caligari wisely backs off. And Gordon Carter going up to the high side as Caligari looking to pick up a spot. Now they're 3 wide again. Ardelli Jr. and the 4 of Artevieta have a 3.5 second lead over P3. Take a look. Raphael Sullivan has gotten around Caligari, and he is now trying to close in back in on this pack. Tony Furtado in the 9 in the midst of this mix is the 89 of Dana Grover on the bottom side. Oh, there's contact there. Jesus and the 60 of Craig Marizon made contact. Well, Jesus Iglesias backing off a little bit after making contact with Craig Marizon, and Marizon trying to muscle his way through. Craig Marizon on the inside battling Preston Hassel. Dana Grover in the 89 on the inside, trying to work his way through as Marizon has cleared those guys. Now he's going to need some nose-to-tail help. These guys would be much better off if they would get in a line, work together, and catch up to the front two. But they want to go racing. 52 laps in, just past halfway. Oh, hard contact for Preston Hassel.
Yellow.
So hard contact, Preston Hassel into the wall. And Caligari might have gotten caught in this as well. Take a look here. As looked like maybe Jesus and Preston Hassel got in contact there, and then Preston Hassel hard into the wall. Caligari as well. Take a look here, Preston Hassel. Take a look here as Preston Hassel's on the outside. And Preston Hassel here on the outside, the 24 on the bottom side. And you take a look as the Preston Hassel working that outside line. Sean Jacobs working the inside line. And right there, it looked like it closed up. By the time Iglesias went down to the bottom line, it looked like Pocono had ducked back in, but through the tri-oval, there's contact. Through the tri-oval here. And it looked like that contact there with the 22 and the 27. Oof. And we'll take a look out of the front of Tony Furtado's car. This is a little bit earlier, I believe. We're on board here with Tony Furtado. You see Sean Jacobs trying to work his way through. On board here with Tony Furtado, and a little bit earlier it looks like. Through the corners, and we're going to set this up through the tri-oval. You watch those outside two cars, the 27 and the 22. And right here through the tri-oval area, and right there's contact. And Preston Hassel hard into the outside wall, and Caligari got involved in that as well. Well, I see these guys on pit lane now taking some service. Bardelli Jr. and Archivieta definitely did not want to see that yellow flag. Those guys were running away from it. It says the guys behind them were just punching each other in the mouth. And as you see the 19 on pit lane, he was our race leader. These guys taking some service. So Gordon Carter, Claudio Bardelli Jr. both coming back out. Raphael Sullivan is leading. Raphael Sullivan now on pit lane, taking some service. Good to see Raphael out here. Definitely sort of an interesting track to start off your rekindle your career here at High Octane Racing League. This is a tough track in the Buschwackers series. A lot of cars here tonight. We do have 4 cars out of the race. 18 drivers joining us tonight. Had a little bit of a battle with the server issue earlier. The 4 of Archivieta is our leader. Bardelli Jr. second. Iglesias has worked his way up to the 3rd position. Marizon in 4th. Dana Grover is 5th. Jacobs, Furtado, Carter, Udichin, and Caligari rounding out the top 10. Preston Hassel still on pit lane taking some service, so he is a lot of damage there for him. He hit pretty hard. Don't forget, tomorrow night at Watkins Glen in the Saturday Night Thunder, a road course. Race number 5 of the season. I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and get my butt spanked by these guys at road courses, no doubt. I'm usually somewhat competitive at the ovals, but, man, a road course, I have zero chance unless everybody wrecks out. 35 laps at Watkins Glen in the Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup Series and High Octane Racing League. Oof. All right, so Vieira and Bardelli Jr. will start side by side here for this restart. Looks like Iglesias and Marizon, row 2. Grover and the 24 of Sean Jacobs, row 3. Row 4 will be Furtado and Carter side by side. Little contact there with the Iglesias into the back of Vieira. I don't know if Vieira wanted that or not. That could mess up your car. Definitely going to be worse for Iglesias if he gets some front end damage. This thing can get hot here at Atlanta. But Iglesias want to get around Bardelli Jr., so Iglesias got a good run in that Shell-sponsored Chevy Camaro. And now Bardelli Jr. wants to try to go down to the bottom side and follow these guys. And he's got Dana Grover just behind him, so Iglesias got a good start. Pushed that 4 car a little bit. And the 4 out to the lead. Iglesias in second, Bardelli Jr. third. Dana Grover is in fourth. Tony Furtado up to the 5th position. But Marizon battling on the outside. 24, Sean Jacobs in that Vulcan-sponsored machine. And Dennis Junichin getting side by side. And the battle there between the 24 and the 9 has to tuck in. The 24 getting by, now taking over the 6th position. 24 got a good run on the inside, running behind Marizon. Through the tri-oval area. This is where things happen, man. These guys get bunched back up. The lines sort of squeeze together. And sometimes they squeeze 3 cars in one spot. Junichin, he is, went down to the bottom line to get a good run. But almost got into the back of the 24. Giulio Caligari going to try to get around the 47, and he does. And Artur Vieira, the leader. Nose to tail now. Maybe they got some, they're tired of wrecking. They decided to go nose to tail. Furtado up to P4. He's running with this front pack. Oh, Bardelli Jr. the outside wall. Looks like maybe Furtado might have followed him. Those guys made contact with the outside wall, and Dana Grover going to try to get through. Man, these guys are beating up on each other right now. The 9 and the 89. Furtado and Bardelli Jr. both went into the outside wall, and Dana Grover tried to slip through and got into the 9 car. Marizon just watching that action. Did you see that? Marizon was watching that. Down to the front of Marizon's machine. Watch this. These guys going to get together. Looks like they already did, baby. They went into the outside wall. Marizon to the inside. You can see right there, Furtado gets into the outside wall. Right there, and Grover going to follow him through. And Grover says, okay, I'm going to try to get through. Marizon lets out of the throttle and gives him some room.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And, oh, boy, we got a spin here. It looked like Fedorov about to come around. So Eugene Fedorov, maybe he and Yudichin got together. Let's take a look. Eugene Fedorov and Denis Yudichin side by side as Denis way up the track right there. Fedorov and looked like maybe Yudichin might have gotten into Fedorov. Right there, Fedorov trying to squeeze through. Good racing there so far, but I'm not sure what happened. This is through the tri-oval area, so Fedorov still working that outside line. And Yudichin gets up into the 47. And the 51 gets caught up in that as well. So there was contact between the 47 and the 84. And right there, it looked like the 47 and the 84 definitely got together. The 51 had nowhere to go. He gets in that. That's his second race wreck tonight, unfortunately. Looks like he's retired his machine. There's a couple calls out of the race here, so these guys, war of attrition right now. A lot of guys dropping out. 13, or looks like 12 drivers still with us. Well, a couple of accidents have taken some cars out of the race. Artevieta going down pit lane. Still got 34 laps to go. Look at that battle right there between Bardelli and Vieira. Wow. And I think Vieira might have beaten Bardelli Jr. off pit lane. Raphael Sullivan is shown as the race leader. Eugene Fedorov is second. Those guys will be coming down pit lane. So it does look like Raphael Sullivan coming down pit lane, and Eugene Fedorov shown as the race leader in the 84. I think he will probably come down pit lane here for this, and that will give the race lead to Vieira, I believe. Preston Hassel on pit lane taking some service. Like he has finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track. He's shown one lap down. Now, Fedorov might surprise me. He might stay off or off pit lane and stay out of the track. So these guys are going to start single file. So single file restart. And Fedorov has chosen to come down pit lane. And that puts Artur Vieira back in the race lead. Okay, so these guys are going to go single file restart. Hopefully get some a little bit more sane racing in. Forget the tough trucks will be back in action at New Hampshire Motor Speedway on Tuesday for race number 1 of a brand new season. 110 laps in New Hampshire, baby. And it's race 1 of season number 4 in the tough trucks. That's Tuesday, September the 17th. So Vieira will lead the field, take the green flag, back to green. Vieira, Bardelli, Grover, Furtado, Caligari, the top 5. Single file here. And I think Bardelli and Vieira are just content right now with being single file and trying to maybe open up a gap on these guys. Dana Grover has other things in mind. He's running in the 3rd position. P3 for the 89. The 9 of Tony Furtado just behind him. Caligari is in 5th. Checking on our new driver here, Raphael Sullivan, battling the 56, Gordon Carter. Gordon Carter in the high place, moving sponsor machine to the outside as Raphael Sullivan makes the pass. Now Julio Caligari trying to get around. Jesus Iglesias trying to get around. Similar car colors. And 22 has to back off, and he gives the 56 that spot back. Good, clean racing there between those guys. Artur Vieira the leader. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is 2nd. 3rd is Dana Grover. 4th, Tony Furtado. Julio Caligari running in P5 in the 6 car. And Dana Grover says, I'm ready to go to the front, man. He goes to the inside, gets around Bardelli, and he's on the inside now, side by side with Artur Vieira. How long's that going to last there? Those guys hooking up on the outside, and he needs some help on the bottom side. The 89, Dana Grover, all those positions he gained, and he's going to give them back and then some. Now falling back to the 5th position is Caligari getting by. Gordon Carter to the bottom side here following the 24. Raphael Sullivan to the outside. Gordon Carter in the 56. Raphael Sullivan in the 5X. Jesus Iglesias has a bird's eye view of this. 27, Preston Hassel, 1 lap down. He's in the lucky dog position. See the 22 and the 56 side by side. Sean Jacobs and Raphael Sullivan battling. Sullivan to the inside, Jacobs to the outside, that 24.
Yellow.
And we got a yellow flag. The yellow flag, and it looked like Caligari might have been involved, and Craig Marzon maybe. Nope. Julio Caligari might have been involved. Let's take a look and see what happened here. So Julio Caligari to the outside. And Caligari gets hit, it looks like. Right here, we'll take a look. Coming off the turn. Right there, it looked like maybe the 89 might have gotten into the back of the 6 and pushed him around. And Caligari hard into the outside wall. Gordon Carter, I think, might have had a look at this. Also, Jesus Iglesias actually goes a little bit ahead there. Guys just drifted up the track and getting into one another. And we'll take a look at this again. And it looks like that 89 might have drifted up there a little bit coming off the turn and got into the 6. And the 6 has retired his machine. And a tough night there for the 6, man. He was involved in a lot of different accidents and really none his fault, I don't think. So Archer Vieira, the leader. Bardelli Jr. is second. Furtado third. Dana Grover fourth. Craig Marzon is fifth. And a lot of these guys here have dropped out due to damage. So the 4 and the 19 on pit lane. Raphael Sullivan shown as the leader. So a lot of guys here DNF tonight. A lot of it is just aggressive driving, and this track lends itself to that. They just got to be a little bit more patient. I mean, the cars are slowed down here compared to what you used to get in the Cup Series, but a lot of what's going on here has just been we've seen some three wide situation. We've seen guys really driving hard, getting into the outside line. So the 84, Eugene Fedorov, is the leader. '19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in second. The 4 of Arte Vieira is in the third position. And Fedorov comes down pit lane. That puts Claudio Bardelli Jr. back to the front. Cesar Silva is in here cheering on Claudio Bardelli Jr. We got 20 laps to go when we get ready to go back, or we go back green. Lights are out on the pace car, and I think we'll go green this time by. Not our best effort here tonight, man. A lot of caution flags, not the normal we see here in the Buschwackers series for sure, but I would say Atlanta, lends itself to 2 wide. Sometimes guys going 3 wide. And that this track's already tough on tires. You need a lot of room to race here. And I think there's a little bit of blame to go around. But more looking like guys just need to be a little bit more patient. Set up those passes and ride around here for a little while. Get some green flag pit stops in. And spread the field out a little bit. Not seem to be the plan for some of the drivers here tonight. Pace car's off. Here we go. Get ready to go back green. Back to green. 19, the 4, the 9. 24, the 22. The top 5. And the 9, the 9 hard into the outside wall. Tony Furtado made contact with the outside wall, and the 24 gets by. The 22 looking to get by. More contact for the 9. And the 5 looking to try to get around. So these guys still looking like they want to wreck. Greg Marzon, he's been quiet here in the back half of this race. course, everybody has riding around under yellow, but Marizon in the 60. He's still a possible candidate to win this race. Claudio Bardelli Jr. might have something to say about that. He and Archivetta back where they belong, I guess, up front. Those guys worked together early on, jumped out to a big race lead, and a yellow flag tightened things back up. Sean Jacobs leading that second pack. Jesus Iglesias behind him in fourth. Tony Furtado running in fifth. Raphael Sullivan, into the wall there for Sullivan. Running in the fifth or sixth position.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And there was some contact there. It looked like maybe Preston Hassel might have came up the track. He's off the pace, and it looked like maybe, take a look here. Oh, there was contact there with Marizon. And then drifted back up the track into Fedorov. Let's go back here and look a little bit earlier. Preston Hassel in the 27. There's contact there with Fedorov. And then back down the track and then up the track into the 84. So there might have been contact even earlier. Preston Hassel on the outside. A little bit earlier here and with the 60. These guys just cannot decide if they want to ride around under green flag conditions here tonight. Very embarrassing for these guys. The 27 trying to dive below the 56. Going to take that spot. 56 high place moving sponsor machine. That's the Gordon Carter. Good battle there side by side. And then through the tri-oval. Right there, looked like maybe that 84 and the 27 get together. That's what started it. Right there, and then he drifts back up the track and gets into the 84 car. I think it was Rick Marizon had a look at that, I believe. On board here with Craig Marizon. We'll watch this out of the front of his machine. What's going to happen? It's going to kick off through the tri-oval area, I believe. So right here through the tri-oval, we've seen a lot of stuff kick off here in the tri-oval area. 84 into the side of that 27 car, and he just trying to hold on and back up the track into the 84. So Bardelli Jr., the leader, Vieta second, and definitely I think he'd be coming down pit lane here to take some service. I think it's probably best, given the track's grip and so forth, and tough on tires, or lack of grip at some point, tough on tires. I would come down pit lane and take some, get some fresh rubber on these, on those rims. Vieta is in second, Jacobs third, Iglesias fourth, Furtado is fifth, Sullivan is in the sixth position, Gordon Carter seventh, Craig Marizon eighth, Preston Hassel ninth, and Eugene Fedorov rounding out the top 10. The rest of the guys have either wrecked out of the race or quit. Or we had a couple guys quit early on. Man, TurnLeftTV guy is starting to get a little chatty in here. So going on 20 laps. And we're just hoping for these guys that maybe they can bring it home under green. Just going to be single file here on the restarts from this time forward. We've been doing this for a couple caution flags. Hasn't really seemed to help, to be honest with you. I mean, it's been more of guys getting a few laps here.
Blue flag, go, go, go!
And 19 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. The leader, Arch Vieta, is in second. Jacobs third, Iglesias is fourth, Furtado fifth, Sullivan in sixth. Ten laps to go. We can do it. We can do it. Take a look at Gordon Carter running in the 56 car. He's got a little work to do to catch back up to those guys. Holy Toledo, man. Gordon Carter running in P6 in the 56 car. Actually, P7, I should say. Those guys trying to break away again. 3/10 over P3. Mardelli Jr. the leader. Fietta is in second. Sean Jacobs in third. Jesus Iglesias running in the fourth position. Tony Furtado is in fifth. Rafael Sullivan trying to climb up there and use that inside line. He's going to need a little help to make some moves on the inside. He's into the sixth position. And a little contact with the outside wall, it looked like there, maybe for...
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag. Somebody's off the pace. Not sure who that is. Iglesias to come around. So Iglesias has come around, and not sure what went on there. Maybe some contact with... Take a look here. Oh, man. There was contact there behind as well, but it looked like maybe the 9 car might have come up. And coming up the track, contact, nowhere to go for the... I don't know if that was contact or not, but it looked like maybe some Iglesias and Sullivan had gotten together. We'll take a look. Contact there between the 5X and the 22. Board here with the 22 car. And wow, he had to get out of the gas and then just got hit, I think, by the 5X. But man, that was some tight race, and he had to get out of the gas. There was no way that I think, because Furtado would come up the track and cleared him, came up the track right there, and it looked like maybe the 5X might have tagged that 22 car. All right. Are we going to get our green-white checker? So Jesus Iglesias and Raphael Sullivan on pit lane. Friday the 13th racing is a bad deal for some of these guys, apparently. So Ritsky pointing that out. My heavens, man. This has been an ugly one. We might have to hide this stream after it's over with. Sending this out to the world. This has been UGLY. We got a late start, and then it just kind of fell by the wayside after that, man. Just fell apart after that. But and we'll have to apologize to Raphael tonight in his first race out with us. So definitely not the normal routine for us. Bardelli Jr. will lead the field. Vieta second. Jacobs and Furtado will start 3-4. Marizon in fifth. Preston Hassel sixth. Gordon Carter seventh. Eugene Fedorov eighth. And Iglesias ninth. Sullivan on pit lane. Hopefully he is able. Looks like he is a lap down. So going to be a tough deal for him. But he does finish in 10th. Or will finish in 10th, I think. Assuming there's not another pile up. All right, it's a green-white checker, I believe. And green-white wrecker, probably. So Bardelli Jr., does he get a good start? Does Vieta stay behind him until the last lap? What's going to happen here? These guys are going to start single file. I know that's probably not the ideal way to do this final deal, but these guys have earned it tonight. These guys have earned it tonight. The pace car's off.
Green flag, go, go,
Back
go.
to green. Vieta, is he going to go to the bottom side here? Might be a little bit too early. Marizon looking to climb up there. He's in P4. The battle for the lead between the 19 and the 4. Marizon might be throwing a wrench in the program of the 24 car. Those guys were looking to try to move up early. And Marizon moving forward. Those guys getting racy. That's going to help these guys out, but they're climbing back up there. Marizon and Hassel close it in. Bardelli Jr. down the backstretch. When does Vieta go? He's trying for the inside. Bardelli Jr. throws the block. Coming off turn 4, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Can he hold on? Vieira right there. Oh, boy. Whoa. What a finish. What a finish. What a finish there. As Bardelli Jr. gets the win. Holy smokes, I'm glad we got that one over with. So Bardelli Jr. in the Global Trans sponsored Chevy gets the win. Well, congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. And man, that was a long, painful race. Green-white checker here. And he gets the race win. And not a best showing here in the Buschwackers series, that's for sure. But these guys got the race in the books. Just a little bit too aggressive, I think, with some of the driving tonight. It's easy to do that here. I mean, it really lends itself to that. But the risk versus reward is just not there. Let's take a look at the session results. So while Bardelli Jr. gets the win, Vieira second, Marzon finishes in third, Preston Hassel finishes in P4, Sean Jacobs finishes in the fifth position, Tony Furtado is sixth, Gordon Carter finishes in seventh, Eugene Fedorov eighth, Jesus Iglesias finishes in the ninth position, and Raphael Sullivan finishes in 10th. See all the guys are DNF tonight here. Grover, Caligari, 11th and 12th. Uterchin and Pierce, 13th, 14th. John Stanley and Jamaldo Spindola, 15th and 16th. Chris Hughes and Stanislav Pavlov finished in 17th and 18th, respectively. Well, congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. on getting the win here. And let's see if we can't get him up in the booth here real quick for an interview. Oh, Claudio, thank God that is over.
Oh, my tired.
I don't know. Talk about your perspective about really what was fundamentally wrong tonight with some of the driving and all the caution flags.
I tried to explain in English. I believe this car touched the bumps in the track. The balance is up and down, and these guys touch in back the car, touch in front the car. It's spinning in this car. This is a problem in this track. Many bumps is a problem in the Atlanta.
Yeah, very tough night, guys. I don't know if they could make some adjustments there and just giving guys, other drivers, some room, especially early in the race. If that could have solved some of the problems, what do you think about that?
I believe this track is a problem, and no setup, no. This car is very unstable in turns. It's a problem in the draft, and these guys. No passing the opponents, but the draft is very fast in the outside line. Inside the line is good, but in draft outside the line is better. Is a problem. No passing. But the car, the front guy, the guy is wrong the track.
Well, it looked like you had your buddy up there with you, Archer Vieta. You guys were running away from the pack there early on. You did that several times. I'm suggesting you guys had a little bit of a plan there to work together and try to get away from these guys.
Yes, I worked together to Arthur, to Jesus, in the last corner. I didn't decide it, and no other thing. This track is very difficult to passing the opponent.
Well, next week we're going to have no cautions. I promise you, it's going to be Watkins Glen. What is the plan for that track?
My plan is finished.
Well, hey, congratulations to you, man.
Thank you.
And you did a great job, and always appreciate your support here at High Octane Racing League. And the 19 car always seems to be up front. You do a great job, and thanks for setting the example on attitude and your driving as well.
Thank you for you to proportion these races for us.
Yeah, thank you, man. I enjoy them, and we'll see you next week. Well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night, maybe at Watkins Glen in the Buschwackers, in the Saturday Night Thunder.
Tonight's Samba Man is in action.
Oh, okay. Well, I can say then tomorrow I'm going to beat Claudio Bardelli Jr. because he's a Samba.
Yes.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you. Thank you. Good night.
So that's Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us here in the booth, and the Samba Man. He plays Samba music, and great cultural music there too, culturally rich music, and he does a great job of playing that stuff. So it's awesome. Never heard of Samba before I met Claudio, so pretty awesome. And as I mentioned, the Saturday Night Thunder will be at Watkins Glen tomorrow night for race number 5 of the season. It's a 35-lap race at Watkins Glen, a little road course action in the Cup Series. Well, thanks for enduring this with us tonight here. Wow, this was painful. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I know there should be a thumbs down button for this one, maybe. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so, and smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. And this is a tough track, man. These guys had a rough night. We really do have some great racing on Friday night. So just a tough race, and everybody's entitled to that. So that's it for us tonight here. Thanks so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. I got to get up early in the morning. I got a cross country, a running race that I got to score tomorrow for the high school kids. So I got to get out of here. And again, thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. And until next time, I am out of here.